If you own an agency and you aren't doing these three things right now, you are leaving a ton of cash, both today and in the future, on the table. Okay, so let's dive in here, right? So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you run an agency, you own an agency, or maybe you're thinking about starting an agency, which is great. Listen, I've run now, this is gonna be our fourth agency with Future Traffic over the last 10 years. I have a lot of experience. I've done the big agency with multiple offices, lots of overhead, mass market, working with every client. I've done the super high-end boutique agency that's very lean, very profitable. And in all of these, I've made the same mistake. And this is a mistake I see a lot of agency owners making. It's getting hyper-focused on one type of compensation model, okay? So what do I mean by that? I mean that most agencies charge clients in a very specific way, and that's how they do all their deals. Now, probably if you're watching this, you run off a traditional retainer model. Most likely it's a fixed amount or percent of ad spend, whichever is higher. Percent of ad spend usually tiers down as spend goes up. That's a pretty standard agency model. So it'd be something like this. You charge $5K a month, $5,000 a month, or 10% of ad spend. And whichever of those numbers is higher each month, that's what you get paid. Now listen, that's great. It's consistent, it's conservative, it's stable. There's a lot of benefits to that. The problem though is that if that's all you're doing, the chance of you making a lot of money, and in terms of money, I mean profit, not just revenue, but a lot of profit, right? Really profitable cash is limited because you can only spend so much money. In the likelihood that you're gonna have multiple clients spending millions of dollars a month or hundreds of thousands of dollars a month to get that percent of ad spend, that big check, is not very great. And a lot of those clients churn out, right? So a lot of risk with that. So there's other ways to make money. And one of those ways is performance, right? So working on a performance basis, usually a CPA or CPL, which means you get paid per sale, per lead, and usually front the money, or maybe the client's fronting the money, there's some type of split there, so maybe big you take. The problem with that is there's a lot of people that do just performance. So a lot of affiliate marketing shops, performance marketing shops out there where all they do is run performance offers. And I know a lot of those guys as well. Now, the upside to that business is you can make a lot of money. Those guys can make 5-6 figures a day. They can make millions of dollars profit a month. The risk with that business is that it's not consistent, it's not stable, you don't have a lot of control, and at any moment you can lose everything. An ad account goes down, an offer gets shut down, an offer dies out, whatever it might be. So I've seen a lot of these guys go from making $1 million a month to losing money the next month. That's not a great business, okay? And there's a third one I'm gonna throw in at the end here. Not the end, but in just a minute, I'm going to throw over here on the notepad. So what I'm going to do in this business, what I'm going to do in this YouTube video, it's been a long day. In this video is I want to explain kind of the ideal model, something I think every single agency, if you are good at what you do, should be doing because you are worth it. You are worth it. You want to make more money. You deserve to make more money, not just today, but in the future. And the third thing I want to tell you is how you make money in the future, okay? The main reason I see a lot of people not doing this is lack of confidence. Right? They think they can't get performance. They think they can't charge a premium. They think they can't get the kicker that I'm going to share in a second. So let's dive in over here. Let's switch over. I'm going to click this right here. And I just want to show kind of what I explain to be the perfect agency model. Listen, at the end of the day, I still think running an agency is a pretty terrible business. It's a labor of love. It's very hard to scale. It's very hard to exit. It's not super profitable because almost everything in its variable costs. So margins don't usually go up over time. But with this model here, this gets you to about as close as you can be at being happy and making it the most money possible with an agency, okay? So number one, you are going to have your retainer clients, okay? So retainer is going to be a fixed amount per month or percent of spend, whichever of those is greater, okay? So you're gonna have this. This is a place I think most people should start if you're new to agencies or just getting started with agencies. This is going to be the best place to start because it's the easiest to land a client like this. It gives you some consistent cash flow. It allows you to cover your overhead. It allows you to bring on some initial team. This gives you stability, okay? So the retainer is stability. Number two, the second thing you're gonna work in is performance, okay? So performance, and this is going to be either a CPA or a CPL deal, okay? Now you can do these one of two ways. You can go to affiliate networks. So you can go to networks, and there's a lot of them out there, right? networks like Jumbleberry and GiddyUp and ClickBank and DFO and A4D and Moderna. Like there's a Madero. There's a lot of networks here. Okay, so performance is good. You can go to networks, or you can also work directly with these clients. Maybe some of these clients that you're actually doing really well with, and you think you can make more money doing performance, working out a specific CPA or CPL, you can work with them. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is the big one. This is the one that 9 times out of 10 people are not doing this. Probably 99% of the time people aren't doing this because of lack of confidence. And that is going to be equity. Okay. This is the big one. This is the one that's going to make you a lot of money potentially. But these are moonshots, right? These are the big bets that you make. There's really no cash day one. There's no guarantees, but this is where the big wins can happen. So let's go back over here. I want to explain this. So again, we have number 1, we have our retainer business. Okay, so your agency, start with retainer. Percent of ad spend, flat amount, 5K a month, 10% of ad spend, which are higher. For us with Unicorn, our starting retainers, 15K a month min, 15% of ad spend. With Future Traffic, our agency, it's more mass market, 10K or 10%. But probably if you're watching this, you're going to be in the the 4 to 7,500 a month range for your retainer, or 10%, 12% of ad spend, whichever's higher. That's pretty typical. Okay, go out there, get 8, 10, 12, 15 clients like that. Build up some nice consistent cash flow that's easily covering all of your overhead. That's also making you a good net profit per month, giving you a buffer, some cash reserves, so you feel comfortable with that. All right. So build the cash reserves, get the stability in there, get the clients in there, then start going to performance. Performance, look at offers that you've already run. This is the easiest thing, right? This is the layup. So likely you're an agency specializing in some specific market. So if you're e-com, for example, you're probably working with some specific types of clients. Maybe you're working in supplements, Nutra, maybe you're working in beauty, cosmetics, right? So you're getting paid to get a lot of knowledge and expertise in buying media for those specific products. You're getting paid to do that. You're learning all the best practices, the best audiences, the best creative, all that stuff, right? Document that stuff and then go find high payout performance offers targeting the same customer with very, very similar products, okay? So if you're doing stuff in supplements, go out there and find top supplement offers on these networks. Maybe, again, you don't want to be black out about it. Don't compete directly with their clients, but find something that's complementary, right? Not a direct competitor. Now you can start running those, but you're using your learnings that you got paid to learn to now run these performance offers, and performance offers have unlimited scale essentially. So you're not limited to the clients like, well, I have inventory issues, or my line of credit's this, and I can't spend as much, or I need to have a ridiculous ROAS to scale. Like all of these things that clients put in place that block you from scaling, that mean you can't get that big percent of ad spend check every month. You don't have those limitations with performance. They just want volume, these brands, right? They know their CPAs, they know their payouts. As long as you're hitting it, you're off to the race, right? Sky's the limit there, okay? So then you performance. And performance is going to give you those influxes of cash, right? Those are the offers that around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, different times of the year, you could bank 6 figures a day. We've done that year over year during Q4. I paid for my house with one performance offer. It was called Makeup Eraser. We ran it for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We ran it for a 4 or 5 day stretch. We made hundreds of thousands of dollars in that period of time off that one offer, right? You can't do that with a retainer agency. It's not going to happen unless you want to have, 200, 300 clients and just have a massive team, right? That maybe you could do it then. That's going to be a nightmare. And then number 3, getting back to what I said over here, equity, right? This is the kind of the last place you get to. And the reason why I want to bring this up to you now is I want you to start thinking about this. Right now, you are building other people's businesses. You are building other people's dreams. You are responsible, if you're a traffic agency, for a lot of their growth, right? A business can come to you with nothing or very, very limited traction. And you could single-handedly make that business massively profitable and massively valuable by increasing their revenue, increasing their profits, increasing their customers, okay? That is valuable. The problem is they're paying you, let's say 5K a month, 10K a month. They pay you for 3-6 months. They decide to go leave. Grass is greener. I want to bring it in-house, whatever it might be, right? Chances of you retaining a client for 6+ months is slim. 1 year plus is really, really slim, okay? Now what happens? That business goes, and let's say a year from now, they sell for $50 million, $100 million. They get acquired. They just keep spinning off profits, right? They go public. They reverse merger, whatever it might be, right? There's an exit. You don't get any of that upside. We did that for years and years and years, where we just recognized, like, I have a list of companies that we run ads for that were doing nothing when they came to us. We have companies, one company that comes to mind, I'm not gonna name the name. They came to us, this is like 8 years ago. They were doing $3K a month with their online sales. We got them within 3 months to $500,000. Then they got HSN, QVC, got into Walmart. They got introduced to our partners, one of the biggest affiliate networks out there. They're doing thousands of sales a day just in those affiliate networks. The company is probably going to sell for $100+ million. We have no equity. We have no stake in that, right? We got paid years and years and years ago to help build this business, and now we have no reward for that. Okay, so nowadays when we get into deals, we're looking at, okay, we're never going to equity. This is a big company, a massive brand, whatever, like retainer deal, performance deal, whatever it might be. We're going to put it in that. But if it's a brand in our sweet spot where, let's say it's got great physical retail already, it's already in big box stores, it's already in retail, it's already on Amazon, it's already on TV, whatever it might be, and it's got a solid foundation, it's easily an 8-figure business already there, but they have no online, no digital, we know we can crush it. But we have to build it for them, right? We have to advise them, all this other stuff. So we come in and say, hey, we'll help you do this. We're going to really run this project, run the show for you. But we want 10%. We want 20%. Whatever it's going to be. And in 9 times out of 10, there's going to be performance metrics. So not just going to give you 10% of the company. What you're going to say to them is, hey, here's what we typically charge. This is what our retainer is. This is how much sweat equity it's going to be worth over a 6-month, 12-month period based on what we would charge you. You don't have to pay us cash. This is all the value we're going to bring, X, Y, and Z, kind of put a quantified value of that. And then you earn into it. Okay, so you say you're doing $0 a month right now online. When we get you to 50K a month, we're going to earn this chunk of it. When we get to 100K, 200K, 500K, $1 million a month, we're going to hit all these equity triggers and we're going to get that piece of equity. And once we hit $1 million a month, we max out our equity and we've earned the full amount. Okay, so it's very low risk because for them, the clients, like, they don't have to pay cash. They can retain the cash, which is great for the business. You're setting those triggers for the milestones so they know, hey, if these guys come in and don't produce, I don't have to give away an equity. I'm only going to give them equity if they're helping me grow. And it's easy to justify that because hey, if we get you to $1 million a month, right? That's $12 million in top line that we're adding to your online business. Let's assume a 5x multiple on online businesses. That's $60 million in additional value that we've added to your company. We've added $60 million to the value of your company. You think that's worth a few points in the company? You think that's worth what we're getting there? Of course, because even if they give you 10%, 15%, 20%, you've helped them make $40+ million, right, in value on the company, plus all the profits you're going to generate. So I want you to think bigger. I want everyone watching this video to think bigger, to know that you're worth it. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to go in there and say, hey, I'm going to raise my prices. I've always been charging $5K. I'm afraid to charge more. Say $7,500. The worst thing to say is no, and then you're back to the same place. But at least you tried, and I guarantee you, because I can't tell you how many guys over the years I've mentored and consulted with and talked to this about and said, hey, what's the worst that happens? And said nothing. So it's okay, just go in there, and next time you're in a sales pitch, tell them your price is $2,000 more. 9 times out of 10, they come back and say, hey, they said yes. They didn't flinch, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to think bigger. Again, best way to set up an agency is your retainer, performance, equity. There you go. That's how to make a lot of money with agency. See you next video.